Hello, it's Randi Rhodes. Here's a clip from our show, and go to randyrhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.
Mary had a little man.
The fault. We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Believe me.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.
Turn up your mind.
All right, let me just start off right now. We just had a very long, productive meeting with the president. The president informed us that he will not sign the bill that came over from the Senate last evening.
Oh, my God.
Because of his legitimate concerns for border security.
Oh, my God.
So what we're going to do is go back to the House and work with our members. We want to keep the government open, but we also want to see an agreement that protects the border. We have very serious concerns about securing our border.
Liar.
So the president said he will not sign this bill. So we're going to go back and work on adding border security to this, also keeping the government open, because we do want to see an agreement. With that, I'll turn it to Majority Leader McCarthy.
We believe there's still time. We could have border security. We know fundamentally that's what America is asking for. It's one of the fundamental jobs, especially for a president as well. We had a great discussion within there. The president said what the Senate sent over is just kicking a can down the road.
Bite me. Do you know, I mean, this is so amazing. I mean, here we are on the eve of a shutdown, right? Tomorrow night at midnight. Not only are we on vacation until 2019, thank God. Thank God. I can't wait for 2019. Can you wait for 2019? New Congress, gonna be so good. Maybe we'll have a new president. I don't know. But this is just amazing. So the Senate passed a stopgap measure. Oh, what a profile and courage. The Republicans in the Senate managed to fund the government through February the 8th. You know, this is the Republican Party. They have a majority in the House. They have a majority in the Senate. And the best that they could come up with is to fund the government until the 8th of February. This is I'm telling you, wow, the nads on these guys, the actual courage. I mean, just whip it out, guys, and just knock things off the desk. It's the prowess is just, wow. This is the best they could do with a majority and a friendly president. Oh, and guess what? Trump looked at it. You know what's in there? Just so you know, right at the top, there's $1.3 billion in there for border security. Oh, yes, there is. This little dog and pony show they had today outside the White House, that is a lie. That is a lie. Oh, well, the American people, first of all, 75% of the American people think immigration is a great thing for America. That's number one. Number two, there is money in there for border security, like $1.3 billion more dollars. Okay? And number three, idiot boy, if he vetoes this legislation, I mean, the House hasn't even voted on it. This is why Paul Ryan ran, to the White House after giving his farewell speech yesterday, which I am not playing because it was so bizarrely. It was just, they all lie. It's all about the American people. Really. It's all about the American people. 98% of us would like to see some sort of gun safety legislation. Did we get it? No. 75% of us think immigration is good for the country. Are we allowing for controlled immigration? No. I mean, what happened to our middle class tax cut? Remember in November? We're going to go back and we're going to give you a beautiful middle class tax cut. It's going to be great. It's going to be around 10%. Never happened. Mnuchin said yesterday, I swear to God, he said he didn't know if when Trump promised a middle class tax cut, if it was a real thing or not a real thing. Our Secretary of the Treasury actually said yesterday he didn't know if the tax cut for the middle class was a real thing or not a real thing. Oh, my God. Okay. So now he's got this stupid wall thing, right? And this is what he's holding up the funding of the government for. He wants a stupid wall thing. And, you remember Chuck and Nancy, and he told them I'd be proud to shut down the government for my stupid, stupid wall. And so the Senate, under the Republican leadership of Mitch McConnell, who's going to be there in 2019 again, They passed a stopgap funding. I mean, these people, they fund the government in like 5-minute increments. This is how bad they are at their jobs. This is how abjectly bad they are at their jobs. With a majority in the House, a majority in the Senate, and a president who will sign any damn thing, including the last omnibus spending bill, which put us in such deep debt. And that's why I won't play Paul Ryan, where he was saying, oh, we tried to cut the deficit. We tried to cut the debt. Oh, please, dear God, spare me. Go retire, read some Ayn Rand, and then go to a lobby shop, which is what we know you're going to do. But here is the situation. If the House takes up at all the Senate's bill and votes on it, and it passes without his $5 billion, only 1.3, and the president vetoes it, 800,000 people will work or get furloughed without pay. Government workers, Merry freaking Christmas. And do you know who will not get furloughed but just simply must work without pay because the president is concerned about border security? Border Patrol. Because the president says he's worried about drugs coming in? The DEA. Because the president says he's worried about terrorists? TSA. All those friendly people that you see at the airports, all those people that work in the DEA trying to roll up these drug cartels, who, by the way, move their drugs through the southern border through legal ports of entry, through the ports of entry that you and me go through when we want to walk over to Mexico or drive over to Mexico. Everyone in California knows exactly what I'm talking about. That's how drugs get in here. They come in here in vehicles, not like, Steve King says they got calves the size of cantaloupes because they're carrying bags. That is not how drugs move into the United States through the southern border. I will say the whole epidemic of opioids, those are here. Thank you, Big Pharma. And doctors write the prescriptions at the pill mills in West Virginia, where life expectancy has tanked due to opioid addiction, obesity, and suicide. What a great country this man is presiding over. But just remember, he is literally protesting border security by sacrificing border security. If the government shuts down, I swear to you, Border Patrol, the TSA at the airports, and the DEA will work without pay through Christmas. And let's just hope they don't do what they did with the VA, right? Where they said, oh, your back pay? You're not getting it. You're just not getting it because Trump likes to steal stuff. And so just like that, the VA is being run out of Mar-a-Lago. And, Marvel Comics, the guy from Marvel Comics, he's got a son who has an app. And unless the government buys his app, he's just not going to pay you the back pay and swear and just swear up one wall, across the ceiling, and down the other that he can't pay you because our internets aren't any good. Oh, I'm so angry. I just broke my nail.
Oh, no, I'm going to hear that.
Oh, yeah, you're going to hear that because I had 10 perfect. Look, I'm bleeding.
Oh, God.
Oh, look, it's blood. Oh, he drew blood from me today, that bastard. Now, what if the House does take up the bill and they send it to the president and he vetoes it? Oh, let's just hope and pray that these suitcases that are sitting outside the offices of these 40 congressmen who lost, these 40 Republicans who have been replaced, do you know why they lost the midterm? Do you know why there was a big blue tsunami, especially in the districts and the locals, right, in the House seats? I'll tell you why. Because America was vomitatiously turned off by his immigration stance. Everything he's doing today is the exact reason why they lost their seats. And guess what? They know it. And the people in the House office buildings, Ben Wittes, great lawyer. Yeah, he's amazing. Yes. Ben Wittes tweeted last night. You can follow me at Randi Rhodes. I retweeted Ben Wittes. He took the best picture for the Christmas holidays. If you love your freedom, if you love America, if you love law and order, if you love this country and you're so sick of these freedom crackers and the hatred and the vile immigration, they're dirty and they're vermin and they're bringing in pestilence and disease. All of this not true. They're drug dealers, not true. They're MS-13, not true. They are terrorists, not true. We haven't had one terrorist breach the southern border. We haven't had one terrorist fly to Mexico City and then breach our southern border. It has not happened. He's concerned about terrorism, but for Christmas, he's going to give Vlad the best gift ever. The best gift. Guess what? Donald Trump is giving Vladimir Putin for Christmas. Now, Vladimir Putin gave Donald Trump a beautiful varnished box. Remember that? When he did the Miss Universe in 2013, when all this crap really got underway, when all this planning and all this thought about, oh, Donald Trump's perfect. We could blackmail him. This guy will bend to our will. This is the best dupe we've ever ID'd by FSB. This guy, oh, my God. Hey, tell him the government of Russia is totally behind him. We'll help him. We'll do everything we can for him. We'll hack, we'll disseminate, we'll cover it, we'll kill whoever we want, who starts to make noise. Don't you worry about that. But this is our guy, and we're going to get him elected. So Vlad sent over, when Trump was in Russia, a beautiful varnished wooden box as a lovely gift. You know what Trump is giving Vlad for Christmas? Syria. Yeah, he's giving Vlad Syria. Vladimir Putin wants Syria, and he's giving the Russians Syria. You know what he's giving Erdogan in Turkey? The Kurds. He's giving them the Kurds. You know what the Turks gave us for Christmas? 2 lousy missile batteries. I swear. That's what the Turks, Erdogan contracted with Donald Trump to build 2 missile batteries. And in exchange, Donald Trump's going to sell out our closest ally in that region. You want to know, I don't think people explain this right to you. So I'm just going to, that I've met Kurds. I've talked to Kurds. We've, we've broken bread with Kurds. We've had, tea. We've had tea with Kurds. I have asked them about, because they love Americans. They just love us. Why? You remember a little thing? Well, you remember a guy named Saddam Hussein? Remember him? Okay. Well, Saddam decided that a really fun thing to do would be to gas the Kurds, right, in Halabja, in a city called Halabja. And he did. He gassed them. And there were some horrific photos of dead babies and mothers and children. Oh, just, ugh. And this is when we realized that Saddam, our bastard, was a bastard. And the Kurds helped us, and they've been fighting in combat, shedding their blood, losing their lives in Iraq the whole time we were there, the whole time. When we invaded this unarmed nation, because Saddam didn't have any more gas. Okay, the gas that he used was gone. We know this because Iraq was being inspected. And he had no weapons of mass destruction. He also had no nuclear anything. But we invaded anyway. And you know what? The Kurds joined us. They were great. Yeah. They are amazing young boys. They are insanely beautiful, I got to say. But they did it because they're tired of being slaughtered by these governments in the Middle East. Well, Erdogan hates the Kurds too, just like Saddam does. And Erdogan seems to be Trump's bastard. And so I just want you to understand, the Kurds are the combat fighters in Syria that fight for the United States. We have 2,000 people over there that train them in various techniques, not just combat techniques where they do all the fighting. They're the ones that confront ISIS. They're the ones that literally go into battle. They're the ones that are trained and are suited up and go into Raqqa and go into Idlib and go and kill ISIS fighters. That's who sheds their blood, the Kurds. We train them. We also train them in intelligence gathering so that they could call in airstrikes where we get their back. And this has worked in Raqqa, and this has worked in Idlib, and this has worked in Aleppo. You remember when Gary Johnson was running as what was he, an independent or something? And he said, they were asking Gary Johnson about what would you do in Aleppo? And he was like so stoned on the TV, and he was like, Aleppo, what's in Aleppo? We have a president like that now. And so Erdogan made this transactional deal with our transactional president who will do anything for a buck. And Erdogan said, I'll buy 2 missile batteries from you, but I want you to make sure that when you leave Syria, you let us kill the Kurds. And Trump is down with it. And there is going to be a slaughter, just like Saddam, of the Kurds. Just like that. And you may not care about them, and you may not understand how valuable they've been to us and could continue to be to us. But I ask you this. Who are you going to find to fight on the side of the United States of America if every time we get really close to accomplishing whatever our mission is, we let the people in the region who fought and died with us get slaughtered by another Middle Eastern dictator? This is the dumbest day I think we've ever had. It's just that this is not, this does have to do with Russia, though, because Russia for Christmas gets Syria and Erdogan gets the Kurds. Merry Christmas. Go to RandiRhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.